Everyone, all right, I'm going to talk about our latest feature that we released to the system. But first, I'm going to talk a little bit about the problem that it solves. So basically, you all can now put your widgets on your own domain, and that is going to open up a lot of opportunities and solve a lot of problems for you. So first, right now, I am using the latest version of Safari, and I have my privacy defaults set to what Safari has the privacy settings set to. They do this on both iOS and on Mac OS now. So anyone that updates to the latest operating system, by default, their privacy settings are going to say prevent cross-site tracking. Now, those are the words that Safari is using, but what this actually means is don't trust any party doing anything on your website except things that are actually on your domain. So the new philosophy that Safari is taking right now is that no third party can be trusted. There is no such thing as a trusted third party. Apple, of course, can be trusted. But this has resulted in the following problem for our customers. So I'm on our studio site in Chicago, and I'm going to go in and log in to my account, and I'm logged in, and now I refresh my page and I don't show as logged in. So if you are a student, you're very confused right now because you're like, what's going on? I know I logged in. And then to make matters worse, if you click log in again and try to log in, just nothing happens. And then you're taken to the Studio Center page. This is like a test account of ours. So this is obviously problematic for students because they're very confused, like what's going on? I'm logged in, but I'm not logged in. What's going on is that Safari's preference settings are preventing Tula Software from being able to communicate with your user because your user is on your domain. Our widgets are on our domain. And so all the session management stuff around allowing users to log in, access their account information, that's preventing successful communication between your user and our system. So now you'll notice if I turn off prevent cross-site tracking, this shows that I'm logged in now. So this is the issue right here. This is like just so you understand what the problem is, and it's a very annoying problem. And to sort of highlight the degree to which Apple is using this sort of like brute force technique here is if I go to Firefox and I check out their privacy and security preferences, if my preferences are standard, this issue would not exist. If my preferences were strict, this situation would not exist. If I choose custom and I choose cross-site and media trackers are the things, social media trackers are the things that I want to block, this issue would not happen. The only time you'll see this issue on Firefox is if I block all third-party cookies completely. No third party can be trusted. All third parties are untrustworthy. That's the approach that Safari is taking. So the part of the problem here is that this is also the situation on iOS. And so it renders a situation where for your students, unless they're willing to dig into their privacy settings and turn this off, which, by the way, probably shouldn't be turned off because the intention that Apple has here is good, which is to help prevent all of these ad trackers that are following everyone around the internet. But as a result of the way that they implemented this, they are essentially saying, again, I don't know how else to put it any other way than no third party can be trusted. Now, there are workarounds, but they create a poor user experience for your students. They create an experience that is, in my opinion, it is not good for the students. It requires like clicking buttons way more often than they should need to just to read data about their accounts and that kind of stuff. So the solution that we've implemented is custom subdomains. So what I'm going to do right now is bring up our site. So we use Squarespace, and this is the page where we have the calendar embedded. Now, right now in Safari, I still have my my preferences set right now to prevent cross-site tracking, which is why I'm not logged in. So in the settings in Tula Software now, where's my edit link? There we go. Sorry. So I'm going to edit this code to be the tulayoga.net subdomain that we set up. This is a new setting in the General Studio settings page. So we chose to go with domoreyoga.tulayoga.net. So I changed this URL here. And I save this. And so now there's like a whole ton of work that happened on the back end to make this happen. But basically, you go to your domain registrar, you set up a CNAME record. We are more than happy to help all of our customers with this. And once you have set up your CNAME record, you have a subdomain pointing to Tula Software servers, but you're on your domain, no different than like when you set up your Squarespace website and you point your domain to Squarespace's servers. So a way to think about this is you're sort of like promoting Tula Software to be almost like an equally important host for your business as something like Squarespace or WordPress. So now when I refresh this, I'm still logged into my account, but instead of being on the Tula Software domain, we're on the tulayoga.net domain. And so basically, this fixes this problem where users can be preventing cross-site tracking. But now, because Tula Software is also a host on your domain, we are considered by the browsers to no longer be third party, but we're first party. So this is only something you would want to set up, of course, with a company that you trusted and everything. But by setting up a subdomain on with your domain registrar, you can point that subdomain to Tula Software servers, and now you have a completely, totally integrated experience on your website for your students, where even now the widget code that you put into your website, oh, I clicked the wrong thing here. That widget code is now on your own domain. So now I'm going to jump over to our Tula Software account to show you where you can set this up. Basically, you go to this basic studio settings page. We have this external widget URL. You put in the subdomain that you set up here, and you'll be set. Now, there is some other work that needs to be done that we're currently still in the process of automating. So the work that you need to do is you will go to your domain registrar and set up a CNAME record. So to get this set up, there's just a couple steps that you're going to need to take. So the first is you're going to go to your domain registrar and you're going to go to Manage DNS. And all you need to do is create what's called a CNAME record. So I'm in GoDaddy right now, but whatever domain registrar you used to set up your account, you will be able to do this. So these are all different records, and all you need to do is you click Add CNAME. The host is the subdomain, what's going to come before your current domain. So if your studio is mystudioname.com, the host is going to be whatever you decide to set up your subdomain as. So you might choose app.mystudioname.com, or you might choose something more fun like namaste.mystudioname.com. But you get the idea. Miley, for her studio, used domoreyoga.tulayoga.net. So you would just put in whatever you choose here, and then you would point it to custom.tulasoftware.com. So we still have some work to do related to getting this all clear in the user interface and everything. This is now live on our studio site. We're going to just monitor things for a couple of days, and then we'll be making some more updates and rolling it out for all of you all to set up. But once you do that, you will you'll save that. So ours is obviously already set up. You can see it here. So this Do More Yoga points to custom.tulasoftware.com. So it's the literal thing that's happening on the internet is when someone puts in domoreyoga.tulayoga.net, it is routing that to this custom.tulasoftware.com, and then we know what to do with it. So once you've set that up, you're going to go here and save it to let us know that is the URL that you set up. So there's a number of things that still have to happen behind the scenes. We need to issue SSL certificates on these subdomains. So for right now, this is going to be kind of a multi-step process where you set up your CNAME record, you update your external widget URL here. We are then going to do a few things, and at that point, you will be able to update the URL in your widgets. We're, of course, going to be here to help with this. We'll set up a couple times where people can, schedule sessions with us if they need assistance. But hopefully this video tutorial was helpful and useful as well.